Plant tissues. Look at the flow chart to learn about all the plant tissues. Now, let us discuss them in detail. Meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is a growth tissue. It is generally located at the sites of cell division. It is known as undifferentiated tissue. Cells in the meristematic tissue become vascular, ground, or dermal tissue. Plants generally grow at the sites of meristematic tissue presence. For example, the tips of roots and shoots. At the tips of roots and stems, the meristematic tissue is called the apical meristem. Primary growth. In the apical meristem, the primary growth of the plant occurs. Plant and plant part grows in length is due to primary growth. Secondary growth. In plants, lateral growth is called secondary growth. This refers to the growth in thickness which occurs in lateral meristem tissue. Woody trees and shrubs display secondary growth when the plants become enlarged and thickened. Permanent tissue. After some time, cells take up a specific role and lose the ability to divide that were formed by meristematic tissue. Eventually, they form a permanent tissue. The process of taking up a permanent shape, size, and a function is called differentiation. Cells of meristematic tissue differentiate to form different types of permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue. Simple tissues are composed of similar types of cells that have common origin and function. They are further classified into number 1, Parenchyma, number 2, Collenchyma, number 3, Sclerenchyma. Parenchyma. Parenchyma is made up of the Greek words pan means besides and enchyn means to pour. It is the most specialized primordial tissue. It consists of a thin-walled, isodimetric, spherical or oval-shaped cells which have intermolecular spaces between them. The cell wall is made up of cellulose. These types of cells are widely distributed in plant organs like root, stem, leaf, flowers, and fruits. They are found in cortex epidermis, piths, and mesophile of leaves. Function of parenchyma. They assimilate and stores food materials like starch, fats, and proteins. They also supports in storage of waste products like gums, raisins, and inorganic waste materials. Collenchyma. Collenchyma is Greek word made up of the words collen, which means gum, and enchyma, means infusion. It is a living tissue with thin-walled cells which possesses thickening of cellulose and pacting substances at the corners where numbers of cells join together. This type of tissue provides a tensile strength to the plant. Collenchymatous cells are compactly arranged and don't have intermolecular spaces. They occur in hypodermis of stems and leaves. It is absent in monocots and in roots. Functions of collenchyma. It supports stems in young plants and also it provides mechanical support and tensile strength to the plant body. It also supports the storage of starch. It is found in the margin of the leaves and resists tearing effect of the wind. Sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is a Greek word made up of sclerenes, means hard, and enchyma, means infusion. Sclerenchymatous tissue consists of thick-walled and dead cells that have hard and extremely thick secondary walls due to uniform distribution of lignin. The cell walls are strong, rigid, and impermeable to water due to the deposition of thick lignin. These cells do not have intracellular spaces between them. Thus, they remain closely packed and appear like hexagonal net in transverse section. The cells are fortified with the help of lamella. The middle lamella acts like a wall that lies between adjacent cells. These cells occur in hypodermis, secondary xylem, and phloem. They also occur in endocarp of almond and coconut. Function of Sclerenchyma. The most important function of sclerenchymatous tissue is that it supports the plant. Complex permanent tissue, a group of more than one type of tissue with a common origin and working together as a unit to do a function, may be classified as a complex permanent tissue. These tissues are concerned about the transportation of water, mineral, nutrients and organic substances. The complex tissues in vascular plants are xylem, phloem. Xylem. Xylem is an important conducting tissue of vascular plants. It conducts water and inorganic solutes of plants. Tracheids. Tracheids are dead cells. These are elongated, tube-like walls. Their end walls remains intact and possesses piths. These occur as polygonal cells and lignified walls. Vessels. Vessels are placed in the form of stacks with perforated end walls. They form long tubes or channels for the conduction of water and minerals. Xylem Parenchyma. These cells are living cells which help in lateral conduction of organic solutes and storage reserves. Xylem Fibers. Xylem fibers are lignified fibers. They give mechanical strength to the plant body. Xylem helps in upward movement of water and minerals from root to different parts of the plant. Phloem. It is an important conducting tissue of vascular plants which helps to transport organic compounds. It has 4 parts. Sieve tubes. Sieve tube is a series of cells joined end to end. Its cell walls are thin and the cell contents are living. The nucleus disintegrates and disappears. Companion cells are thin-walled and there is a distinct nucleus in the cytoplasm of the companion cell. Phloem fibers. These cells are elongated, tapering cells, having thickened cell walls. Phloem Parenchyma. Phloem Parenchyma is living and forms the packing tissue among all other types of cells.